Good afternoon, everybody. How you going? Tuesday. What is the date today? The 14th of April, 2020. I'm at home still. Been out for the day. This morning, went out, did some shopping, looked at a few houses to move to, looking to move into a bigger place. Interesting these days with work. That's the topic for today. For work. It's interesting that people these days have lost their jobs. You know, you rely on a big company, and as soon as there's a problem, they lay you off. People feel vulnerable, I think, at this point. But this reading is quite interesting because it talks about the same situation and what she had to do. And it's hard. You know, a lot of people feel a little bit down at the time, but you know, I think it teaches you to be a little bit more resilient. Look for other ways to get money, and not to rely on companies to always just look after you, right? So anyway, there's a few expressions here. The first one, to make a living. Make a living just means it refers to one's job and how one earns one's money. She makes a living as a hairdresser, right? The second one, job share. A situation where two people share equal parts of the same job. I've never actually heard of this before. I've never done it, but apparently it's something that people do. The next one is to lay off staff, which means to dismiss staff because there is no work for them to do. I guess it's a type of being fired, you could say. I got laid off because there wasn't enough work at the company, right? And the last one is to go freelance, is to find work for yourself, be more independent, and take more responsibility of making your own money. Okay, I'll read this for you. In my mid-20s, I joined the staff of a language school. The pay wasn't brilliant, but I could make a living. And there were many aspects of the job that I enjoyed. The other members of staff were nice, and I enjoyed teaching the students. A few years later, after returning from maternity leave, I decided to go part-time. Luckily, I was able to do a job share with another woman who had a small child. Then, the school began to go through a difficult period and had to lay off staff. I decided to go freelance. I had managed to build up a network of contacts, and this gave me a good start. I soon had a substantial volume of work, private students and marking exams, and was able to earn a good living. Some other ones in there that you might not know. Maternity leave. You're working at a company for a woman, and these days for men too. If you have a baby, you can take time off. I think in Australia it's 3 months. Other countries is a little bit longer or a little bit less. The volume of work is the amount of work that you have. What else was there? The members of staff. But it's interesting because this is what I'm involved in as well, working in a language school. The pay wasn't brilliant, which as a teacher I think most of us know is true. I feel in the education industry, especially second language, the owners can make good money, the workers not so much. So there is that sort of, how can I say, a lot of encouragement and a bit more. It makes you want to go and find your own money, because there is money in education. You just have to do something like yourself. And like she said, she went freelance, so she has private students and she marks exams, and it was probably better than working at a school. It is an interesting point at times like this, like I said at the start of the video, that if you rely so heavily on a salary from a company, and suddenly something goes wrong with the company, you're sort of stuck and you can't do anything, right? So I think these days with the internet and being able to work from home, there are opportunities to make your own work. Even in language teaching, right? You can learn and you can teach online and you can make a decent living. Anyway, have a good Tuesday. Good luck with this. I'll put it on the link down here and you can check out the script. Stay safe. Peace.